Herman might win some. Oh, Herman's feelings are hurt.
Why?
Oh, I hurt his feelings yesterday. Herman's a very sensitive man.
Oh, I heard that. You made that remark at the end of the show.
When what's his name, Henny Youngman said to me something, he said somebody said something about me playing the organ.
Yes.
And he said, what'd you do with the monkey? And I said, I married him.
Yes.
All I was trying to do was top Henny, you see, that's all. And I came home, and Herman says, how do you do? How are you? You know, I can tell when he's upset right away, you know.
He jumped up on the chandelier.
Yeah. And he was standing there with a big banana in his hand. He said, oh, so I'm a monkey, am I? And he really wasn't, though, but he was pretending like it. He likes to win a little sympathy now and then, you know.
I met his bowling partner the other night, one of his bowling partners, Dick Bray's brother, Bob.
Oh, Bob Bray, uh-huh.
Mm-hmm. And he was saying that Herman is really very nice when he's out, that you can rest assured that he never gets
he better be. I've given him enough training, I'll tell you that. Shall we do this little tune? Maybe this will inspire people after the show is over today to get their contributions together or write their check or go and get their money order and put it in the mailbox today. Now, I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll have a little round of singing. And when I point to this side, you start. When I point to this side, you start. When I point to the boys in the band, you start. Now, here's the way it goes. I'll show you how it goes. Not tomorrow, not the next day. Do it now. Do it now. For the little children, little waiting children. Do it now.
Do it
now. Come
now.
On. Not tomorrow, not the next day.
Not tomorrow, not the next day.
Good. This being Friday, we're going to have a lot of music on the show today. First of all, however, would you like to have that new Frigidaire range? Isn't that beautiful? Now, isn't that the most beautiful thing you've ever seen? That is the new 1964 electric range with the double ovens. This one has that beautiful door like the flare range has, you know, that you can peek in, see what's going on. Both of these are the pull-out type ovens. I mean, what'd you do with this? Jerry, I'm going to... They do everything in the world to me. Pull it out, just reach down in and clean it. No reaching back in the oven or anything. And, of course, they also have, at Frigidaire, those wonderful splatter pan broilers, you know, that keep your oven very fresh and clean to begin with. All of the, here are the 4 cooking units up on top here. 2 big ones, 2 smaller ones, and all of your controls here, which of course are remarkable. You can just turn this on, go away and forget it, and your whole meal is finished. You can keep things on low simmer, or you can get water to boil in almost instantly. It's remarkable. And then down here, if you've noticed, there's a great big drawer for your pots and pans to be stored. And we would like to suggest that possibly some of this Anchor hockingware might go very nicely if you had the new range, you see. Wouldn't that be beautiful with that?
Sure would.
Of course, here you have 4 pieces. There are really 5 altogether. The great big casserole, the big skillet, the smaller casserole, and these also can be used, as you well know, as the saucepans. Now, if it's a saucepan, you could use it right on top of the range, hook the one little handle on there, and when you're through with it, just push one little button, and off she comes. Here's the smaller, can be either a saucepan or a casserole. 5 lovely pieces of Anchor hockingware with the Fire King ovenware tops, you know, the lids you can see through. So easy to clean, so easy to cook with, and they will not break, they will not crack, they will not craze. Take them right out of the refrigerator or the freezer, put them right into the oven or on top of the stove. You have no problems whatsoever. We have one to give away today, and they all come packaged like this in a little box with a handle. These make lovely Christmas gifts, you know that?
Sure will.
And the not with the handle, I didn't mean that. They come packaged like with the handle on the box.
Package, right.
Not this handle. You have to buy one handle that handles all the other 5 products.
That's very reasonably priced.
$2 is what this costs. And, of course, it's made beautifully and will last a lifetime. So, if you want something lovely in a new range, now this, of course, is the new deluxe Frigidaire range. Has the what we call the cloved edges here, you know, no grease or anything can get down in there. Comes in lovely colors. Those of you who do not have color television, this is the most beautiful turquoise blue I've ever seen. Wouldn't you love to have a whole kitchen like that? You know, you can get the Frigidaire refrigerator to match that and everything. Or you can get it in pink, you can get it in pale yellow, you can get it in light green, or the traditional white, whichever you prefer. And your Frigidaire dealer has a complete line of beautiful ranges for you to choose from. If you don't want something quite that large, you can get the 30-inch one with the great big oven that holds 6 pies and all that sort of thing, you know. And they have a new one. We haven't talked about that yet, but that is a beauty too. In a narrow one, but which has an upper and a lower oven. I'm not supposed to mention that, so don't tell them I told you about that, will you? But you go and see your Frigidaire dealer, and you'll see the most beautiful line for $64. And then don't forget, in order to cook and enjoy your cooking, you need lovely things to cook with. So we recommend heartily the Anchor Hocking cookware, the newest addition to this type of cookware, which I love because you can put it right on the table and serve from it, you know. And the most important thing is it is not expensive. It is very reasonably priced. Do you know whose birthday anniversary this is today? 22nd?
Right, November
22nd of November. Hoagie Carmichael, one of the really great writers, I think, of American music, you know.
Born in
great
1899.
Standards, 1899. He's 64 years old today.
One more year
and
to go.
Still a great entertainer, you know. Yeah. Still a great entertainer.
Don't you love to hear him sing?
Oh, I love to hear him sing. Old Buttermilk Sky and all those tunes, you know. Wasn't Troy cute yesterday?
He really was.
This is a very nice young man. He really is. I was talking to this man from Warner Brothers about Troy, and he said so many of these young people come out into Hollywood, and they become pretty well known quickly, you know. They begin to make pretty much money all at once and so forth. And he said they have such problems with them, you know. They're not ready for that. But he said Troy is such a gentleman at all times. They came to our house for dinner last night, and I tell you, I've never had a more enjoyable evening in my life. He can talk about anything. He went over the whole house from top to bottom. He loves early American furniture, you know. And he looked at everything. He asked about everything. And Callie and Pauline, I want to tell you, they served the dinner upside down. I'm telling you, you never saw such a mess as they had.
What was Candy's state of
Pauline's, Candy was numb. She was plain numb. But Pauline says, you know, Miss Newman, that is a handsome, charming young man. I said, he really is. And he's a perfect gentleman at all times, you know. And tonight you're going to be down there, huh?
Right.
Guess who's coming?
Candy?
Guess who else?
Herman?
Guess who else?
Mother?
Right.
I don't blame you.
Sure.
You're going out tonight?
I was up till 10:30 last night. I haven't got sense enough to stand up today. I'm going to try one more night, and then I'm going to collapse for the weekend, you know?
I was talking to Troy this morning, and he said he's a little worried because he hopes the teenagers know he will be there, and he hopes that all the ladies who watch you every day will tell their daughters and sons that he's going to be there.
Handsome. He is
He
really
really
darling.
is.
And he's going to answer questions, you know, from the teenagers and bring them up on
do the
stage
twist
with
on
him
the
and
stage.
everything. He's a really nice young man. And that is a darling movie. Go along with the teenagers, if they'll let you. Go along with them. You'll enjoy this movie. It's light, and it's gay, and it's happy, and it makes you feel real good, you know?
Everybody gets a free autographed picture of Troy who goes there tonight.
And I think they also are going to give some of his record away, you know.
As long as they last,
Live
right.
young. You're like the... Oh, listen, that tune nearly drove me crazy yesterday. That went through my head all day long.
What did you think of Candy twisting on that tape we made yesterday after your show?
How about that?
Oh, it was very good.
I didn't know she could do that.
I didn't either. And she introduced
You know,
me.
Candy is... people think that I have been... I get letters, you know. You'd make a baby out of that girl, you know. Oh, I'd love to, but I can't do it. She has a mind of her own. She's a very independent, self-sufficient young girl. And a very delightful child. Now, I'm speaking of my own child, and I'm prejudiced, naturally.
You should be if you're not.
But she is the most darling little human being, you know. And she took Troy and showed him all the pictures she has up of him, you know. And you know what impressed him more than anything? She baked him a big chocolate cake. And in the afternoon, he sent her some flowers. And he said, I hope the cake is chocolate. And luckily, she had baked a big chocolate cake. Isn't that funny? Oh, she had a very nice time. She said to me, you know, she paid you a great compliment last night. She said to me, Mother, I like young men who talk to me like I'm a human being, who don't talk down to me, who are not too silly. And she says, you know, I think I have two favorites, Troy and Bobby. She loves Bobby, just loves Bobby. And Bobby's been awfully nice to Candy. It hasn't been too easy for her at times, you know. Some people just hate me, you know that. So they try to take it out on her, you know. And I've had all my life to try to say to her, Candy, you are yourself. Whether they like me or not doesn't depend on how they treat you. But that's not easy for a child sometimes to face that, you know.
That's very true.
And I thought at first when she went to college, this would be very difficult for her. She's just made her own way so beautifully and stands up for her own.